Welcome back to Games Revealed. I'm Jameson off the brink, and we are one. So today I want to talk about my week-long challenge of using just the Steam Deck. Now, for some people, this doesn't sound like much of a challenge. For me, where I do game development weekly, and I do mobile and web development almost daily, especially on my side projects. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to be, I still have to go to work and use their computer. But beyond that, everything else, which is a lot more than I think people are gonna, you're gonna find out through this week how much I actually use a computer for. And we're gonna go through the list. We're gonna go through everything that I'm gonna do this week with a little bit of surprise. I have to leave a little bit of surprise in there, so you're not gonna get everything. You're gonna have to come in and show up and watch some of the videos to get everything. But this is gonna be a week-long challenge. This is day 0, meaning I'm just preparing today. Tomorrow is day 1, and it's I've been excited for this. I've been wanting to do this for a while. It's just forcing me to use Linux again and all the goodness that comes with it. So before we get into this video and I ramble on more, make sure to like, subscribe, and bash that bell with your crowbar. Make sure to bash that bell because you're gonna get notified when the videos come up of my challenges. And so I potentially could have multiple videos in a day, most likely gonna at least have one going over my experiences through this whole week. And I'm gonna be, each video will be themed a little differently, and I'll go, and some of them will relate to this list I'm gonna go through right now. So what I plan on doing this week, which isn't very far off from what I do every other week, is work and take care of this channel, whatever it is. Like, it's gonna be a busy week just on my Steam Deck. So, and I think we're gonna be just fine. I think there's gonna be a couple of hiccups, but it's going to be fine, especially since it's just a week. It's not a month. Maybe if this was my main job, it would be a month, but it's not. This is what I'm doing on the side right now. So this is, we're doing this for a week for right now. Okay, so first up, I'm going to be recording and editing these videos on the Steam Deck and publishing them live onto YouTube. So I'm going to be doing this whole process. So all the videos you've watched of me are going to be done on the Steam Deck with potentially different video editing software. So, and video editing software can be similar in a lot of ways, especially you probably noticed that I don't use the more intensive options of the video editing, that is, but it's going to be something that it's going to be different for me. I'm going to have to learn a new piece of software, and I'm going into it into it fresh. I haven't went and learned any of these software suites on Linux, and so that will be new. I believe OBS is going to be very similar, so in the sense of, like, it's open source. It looks similar on Mac, Windows, and even when I launched it on Linux, it's fine. Like, it's not going to be too bad, but we're going to see what limitations the deck has with this soon, because editing videos is going to probably be one of the harder ones. And if these turn out to be like 720 or lower resolution, we'll see, because I probably won't be able to do very long videos for rendering reasons, but we'll see, we'll find out. That's going to be the biggest surprise, I think, on this challenge so far. Next up is streaming. We're going to play probably some lower end games. I'm curious about Dead Space 2. If I can stream and play Dead Space 2 at the same time and then not maxed out graphics, even the maxed out graphics does really well. I believe it is 40 to 60. It's also an older game, but it still looks amazing. So streaming is going to be one of the ones. I'm going to do a live stream like I always do on Wednesday, where I just chat with chat, and then I'm going to be doing another game stream on my alt channel, TH3 BRINK, The Brink, and you'll find that in the description if you want. I'll be playing some games on there on the Steam Deck and streaming, so that will be fun. Then I plan on remoting into my PS5 over there and playing PS5 games on my Steam Deck. And the reason I want to do this is because I think the remote play and the streaming and all these other features where you can play Xbox games in the cloud or PlayStation games in the cloud. I'm not going to do the PlayStation games in the cloud. I'm going to play them from my PS5 because I really like that experience on my phone. Kind of. What I want is the Steam Deck to have just a perfect setup to play on the couch, my PS5, because my PS5 is in my basement along with my studio. And when I'm upstairs or whatnot, like it's just a little with my family, it's just a little bit more difficult to play it on the phone, but I still do it sometimes. So I will be remoting into that. Okay, and the next thing is I'm going to be emulating my Switch games and doing some more emulation on that and pumping out another emulation video, which I know people are really excited for, and maybe even doing a deep dive tutorial into emulating. The only thing is I'm not really, the channel's not really about tutorials per se, but I'll try to do some type of deep dive to help people with that, because this is still not as intuitive as I'd like, but they've, like, EmuDeck has made it so much easier. So we'll get into the emulation stuff a little bit more this week. And then I'm going to be working on my side projects, which is Games Revealed. I'm also redoing the website just a little bit, and I'm going to be doing it on the Steam Deck with VS Code. And yeah, we're going to be getting a new edition of the website. Hopefully I can get it done this week. If not, I'll continue it the next week. But yeah, I'll be doing editing on the website for this on the Steam Deck for this week. I'll also be editing my Game Quizzes Revealed mobile app, which is live on the games on the stores, and it just has a bunch of game quizzes. I'm planning on doing a Steam Deck quiz soon, and I want to just revamp the app just slightly. The problem is that I won't be able to test out the iOS version, but I can at least work on it from the Android version, and we'll just see how that all works. We'll see how the emulator works while being on the Steam Deck while editing code, and we'll see how the just how the whole process works. I don't need to get into details, and I'll try to do a video on that if people are interested. I'm also going to be doing the Unreal Engine process of getting it to work. So Unreal Engine has a process to install on Linux, and I've done it before and I've got it working, but I'm going to go through it even more so this time and see if I can get Unreal Engine 5 to work and work on my video game. That's what I'm kind of hoping for, because I do not want to drop that. I want to continue working on it as I transition some of it over to Unreal 5. I want to try that. We'll see. I'm not going to beat my head against this, meaning if it takes a couple hours more than I'm expecting, then I just won't have the time this week, because I have too many other things on this plate of things to do for the week-long challenge. So game development. Speaking of that, I want to try the Godot engine and probably do some 2D development in it and just have some fun. Maybe 3D. We'll see. I do like my 3D over 2D game devs, and we'll give that a try. We'll give Godot a try and see how it works on the Steam Deck. I'm not very hopeful on the Unreal Engine on the Steam Deck, as it is a little bit more intensive, and it's one of the reasons I got a more beastly computer, is to handle some of those renders and all that in the Unreal Engine. But we'll see. If I can at least get it running, that'd be awesome. But Godot, I have good hopes that it will run fine for what I needed to do in this challenge week. Then I plan on playing the Steam Deck and mainly games for at least an hour or two a day, at least. I say that because I do have a lot of other things. I got to get that website done. I have a lot of other things to get done this week, and it's sometimes hard to play games. But I need to get through some more lists of games tested on Steam Deck, and mainly community-based ones. I do plan on making a community-based video on the requested games if they work on the Steam Deck. People have been asking, and I want to make sure I get that video out. I just have a lot on my schedule, so I will be using that time to just see what games work and maybe beat a game or two. I've been really enjoying Shadow of Mordor, so with that, the last thing on this, and this is kind of like it's not really one thing or another, but just I have a couple of other things I did not include on this list, just as a surprise. I want to surprise some of you with maybe some other content this week that you weren't expecting. So just make sure to keep an eye on that notification in YouTube or in Discord, and just be prepared for some videos. And I'm not going to say it, I don't want to get hyped too up. Some of the stuff's been done that I'm having ideas about, but it's still going to be fun. So you don't want to miss it. So make sure to bash that bell with your crowbar and just have fun with us. And also, I want to invite you to the challenge. If you have a Steam Deck, grab your Steam Deck, do the challenge, try it for a week. I know a week doesn't sound long to a lot of people, but once you actually have to dedicate to a certain system that you're not used to for a week, it's actually very long. And Linus from Linus Tech Tips, him just doing the week or the month-long challenge with Linux last year and even this year is actually a pretty big deal. I just not confident enough that I can get all my work done. Like, let's say the videos just don't turn out as well. I don't want to dedicate a month, but let's say down the road when the channel blows up enough or whatever happens, then I will attempt a longer challenge on the Steam Deck. I think a lot of people could use this as their main PC. I just have a little bit higher requirements, especially with game development, than the Steam Deck. And that's why I run a pretty beastly PC over here, is to help with those. So yeah, I challenge you to go along with it if you have a Steam Deck. If not, then just enjoy the ride along, I guess. And if you want more updates, you can go to the Games Revealed Discord server. It's in the description below, and join, and I'll be posting updates there too. So with that being said, I want to know in the comments what other things I should probably be looking into that maybe I forgot about this week when it comes to my week-long challenge. And also, is remote playing from my main PC, is that allowed during this challenge? Or do I not have any access to my main PC? Because I want to remote play and just see how, like, some of the games look ultra, like, just all the settings maxed out. Let's say Cyberpunk 2077. How does it run on the Steam Deck remote? I want to try that. I haven't tried that yet. And is it like maybe in a time allotment that's allowed, whatnot? I just don't. I want to know what you think with that. Is that allowed? In the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. This is going to be a fun week. Let's kick this thing off. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Later.